If I had a magic wand, and I'm not saying that I do, but if I did, what would you wish for? The first time I asked that question, it was completely unplanned. At the time, I was working as a hematologist. That's a kind of doctor who cares for people living with diseases of the blood, cancers like leukemia. On this particular day, I was getting ready to meet a new patient. I'll call her Ava. Ava had recently been diagnosed with leukemia and was coming to our clinic for a second opinion. It's a really common thing to do. So I was anticipating having a conversation with her, getting to know her understanding of leukemia, what she's worried about. I knock on the door. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. Hi. Ava doesn't look up. I offer her my hand. She doesn't take it. I sit on a stool beside her. How are you? Fine. Still, no eye contact. For the next 5 minutes, every question I ask Ava is answered with one word, one syllable reply, and I'm getting frustrated. I don't know how to connect with her. I don't know how to make a difference. And that's when, without thinking, I asked, if I had a magic wand, and I'm not saying that I do, but if I did, what would you wish for? The minute the words left my mouth, I wanted to hit delete, take them back. I couldn't believe what I'd just spoken. I'm thinking, well, of course she's going to say, make my cancer go away, you idiot. I was wrong. For the first time the entire visit, Ava looked me straight in the eye and without hesitation said, make my anxiety go away. Had I stayed focused on what I expected and not asked the magic wand question, I might never have known what Ava actually needed. Turns out this impulsive question of mine is indeed filled with magic. The power to give Ava permission to speak her heart's desire, what mattered most to her right now. Soon after meeting Ava, I switched specialties. I now practice hospice and palliative medicine. That means I get to take care of people who are often really, really sick, including people approaching the very end of life. I also get to take care of the people they love. And I've noticed something astonishing. When we are keenly aware of our mortality, what matters most rises to the top. And the small stuff, it melts away. So now, I ask my magic wand question with intention. And no one has yet to ask me to make their disease go away. Their responses are immediate, specific, and always illuminate what matters most to them. Things like, I want to travel to Provence. I want to sit in my garden. I want to be at home with my family. I want to see my father. What I've learned over and over again is that the power of the magic wand is in the invitation it creates for people to speak freely and the amplification it conjures so we, their caregivers, their loved ones, can hear the sounds of a heart's desire. And like Harry Potter has taught us, even with a magic wand, if you don't know how to use it, it may not produce the magic you want. You need to learn the incantations. I've learned the most powerful is when I invoke curiosity. And I've noticed children are especially good at this. We're all born inherently curious. Think about a time you've been around a 5-year-old. Perhaps you have one at home right now. We've all certainly been one. What does a 5-year-old say when they're curious? Why? Are they ever satisfied with just one why? Never. Now, when a 5-year-old is asking why, they aren't wondering, now, how can I annoy this person? No, they don't understand something and they want to. So they keep asking until they do. So when I give myself permission to be curious like a 5-year-old, I give myself the opportunity to discover something I might never have known. Like the time I met Sherry. Sherry was quite sick in the hospital, and it took a lot of effort for her to be able to speak. But she could give a reliable thumbs up or thumbs down to questions. So our visit went like this. Sherry, I see how tired you are. Sherry gives a thumbs up. I don't want to add to your fatigue. I do want to make sure we're doing the things that matter. I don't want to assume. Another thumbs up. I'm going to read you a series of statements that represent a variety of values and preferences that may or may not matter to you. It's something I do with a lot of people in the hospital as well as my own family. Sherry raises an eyebrow. Honestly, my husband and I have this conversation every year on our anniversary. Another thumbs up. As I start reading through the statement, Sherry has no problem giving a thumbs up or thumbs down until I read her. I need to be kept clean. Both of Sherry's thumbs shoot up off the bed and her head starts nodding. I'm thinking, well, of course, who doesn't want to be kept clean? I know when living with serious illness, and particularly when you're in the hospital, the ability to maintain one's autonomy, one's dignity is quite literally out of your hands. So as I'm thinking about all the ways that I can ensure Sherry is kept clean, I catch myself, interrupt my assumptions, reach for my virtual magic wand, and turn toward curiosity to ask, Sherry, how can I support you in being kept clean? Without hesitation, Sherry replies, keep me away from drugs. With all my years of training and decades of specialty practice, I would have been justified in ordering any number of medications for Sherry's numerous symptoms, and I would have been completely wrong. What Sherry and so many others have taught me is that discovering what matters most isn't just for the end of life. We all have the opportunity to transform our relationships, our entire lives. Now, I realize that most of you are not physicians caring for people with life-altering illness, yet you too can create magic in your own lives starting right now. And in order to teach you how to do that, I'm going to need 90 minutes, and I don't have that. So instead, I'm going to offer you an amuse-bouche, a single bite, a taste from my own life. Now, I have a secret. I am super sensitive to smell. And the most intolerable is cleaning products. I've already mentioned to you how my family and I have conversations about what matters most on a regular basis. So much so, it's become part of our own culture, our own language of sorts. So on the day that I realized I cannot stand the smell of cleaning products, I'd had a run-in at work with an industrial-sized carpet cleaner. I come home and I call out to my family. I say, hey, listen up. I need you to know something about me. They know I'm serious, so they come to listen. If ever I am so agitated, and I'm unable to speak to tell you why. The first thing I need you to do is look around and notice if there are cleaning products in the vicinity. And if there are, then you either get them out or you get me out. Got it, they said. And that was that. Fast forward a year later. My family and I have taken a long flight. We are exhausted as we're checking into a hotel. We just want to get up to our rooms and go to bed. And as we step out of the elevator, my 9-year-old loops his arm through mine and says, "Mom, you're going to want to walk this way." And as he swings me around, he points at a yellow sign on the floor with the words, "Wet carpet." Now, this wasn't about me being sick or on my deathbed. This was about supporting my quality of life and, quite frankly, my family's too, in the moment. Because here's the thing. I'm not the only one with a magic wand. We all have the power to discover what matters most. The key is to take that power and empower the people around us to take action, to advocate. So, what are the little things that get under your skin? When have you been so moved you didn't dare breathe? Who comforts your soul like no other? Only you know. My invitation: don't keep it to yourself. Because when we practice talking about what matters most at the end of life with the specifics and share it with the people who care about us, what we're really talking about is what matters most in life right now. Talking about these things won't save your life. They will absolutely give you a life filled with what matters most through your final exhale. So, now it's your turn. And here's my question. If I had a magic wand, and I'm not saying that I do, but if I did, what would you wish for?